Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to Hood Therapy Corner, the safe space where we keep it real about mental health and healing. You know, life get heavy sometimes, but we can't keep carrying it alone. So come on, pull up a chair, have a seat at the corner. So, we could chop it up and do what? Let's talk about it. So today, I want to let you all know also that I will be going live tomorrow around 6 o'clock. And I will have a friend of mine online, my bad, to talk to you all about grief, the trauma, and how it has affected her mental health, her children's mental health, and her grandchildren's mental health, and the passing of her husband. So she's going to come on and share with you all what she's been going through, how it has affected her mental health, and the steps that she's taken to get better, for her, not only for her, but for her and her children. So I can't wait to have that discussion, and we're going to be going live at 6 o'clock. So be ready to tune in. So today we're going to talk about myths and misconceptions. So there's a lot of myths and misconceptions in the black and brown communities, especially regarding mental health, that we don't really talk about. Well, that's why we don't talk about mental health, my bad, because of the myths and misconceptions. So real quick, I'm just going to go over a few myths and misconceptions that are in the black community, and this is the reason and why we don't talk about mental health in the black community. So, the biggest one, I'm going to start with the biggest one first. You can pray it away. Yep. Of course, you can pray to God to ask for help to keep your mind, but you can't pray mental health away. That is impossible. Now, let me make a correction. It's not impossible, because it may work for some, but it don't work for others. Some people may just be going, because I was having a conversation with my coworkers today, and we were talking about she thought that's how she thought. She thought you could just pray it away, and she never knew, she never understood. Well, baby, let me tell you something. And we talked about it. Can't pray it away. Some things in your life either did one or two things. The trauma that you endured in your life either made you the person that you are today consciously, because you made a choice that I'm not going to do those same things, or I'm not going to allow those things to happen to me, because those things happened to me as a child. So when I see them as an adult, I'm putting a stop to it, and it molds you to the person that you are today consciously, but it also can mold you to the person that you are subconsciously, and that's what happened to me. So the trauma that I've endured in my life subconsciously made me the person that I am today. Now, is that the person that I want to be or was wanting to be? No, but that's the path that my trauma took me on, to the woman that I didn't want to be, not knowing that I didn't want to be her, but I learned. So now I'm working on being a better me, but it's due to trauma. Anyway, but no, you cannot pray it away. So Dr. D.E. Dewey had a video about how he had encountered 4 deaths within 28 days, and he had to do the obituaries, funerals, and everything. He had to preach the funerals. His mama, his godmother, his best friend from college, and his sister. And all of those people passed within a short time frame. And he's a minister. And he said that he took to the bottle. Nothing could get him better but a shot of Patron. Silver can, he said. And he a minister. No, you can't pray it away. It's not that easy. Yes, you can ask God for help, but no, you can't pray it away. If you need help, you have to seek help. Seek help, seek help. Seek the Lord. Don't get me wrong. Seek the word. Ask for prayer. Ask for him to keep your mind, but then also asking for the direction that you need to go in to get the help that you need. Okay? All right. 2. Black men and women don't get depressed or have anxiety. Well, I'm here to tell you we are the number one, probably the ones that have the most mental health issues out of all of the people on earth. black and brown communities I'm speaking of, because we deal with so much trauma. We deal with racial injustice. We deal with poverty. We deal with all kind of stuff. Y'all know what we deal with here. I ain't finna go through the damn list, but y'all know what we deal with. And due to that, that causes depression and anxiety in some people. The police, that's trauma. Now you see the police, what we got anxiety, because now when the police pulls us over, what we do, we get sweaty, that's trauma because of what we seen how the police treats us. You see what I'm saying? So yes, black people get depressed and have anxiety. We are the most under-medicated and undiagnosed out of all of the races, because we don't go to the doctor to get checked out, right? Okay. So, another one. Black folks don't commit suicide. Well, here to tell you they do. Black folks do commit suicide, unfortunately. Yeah, we all think because, we come from a house of Christianity or whatever religion that you grew up in your household in, and it's steadfast that you do not take your life, that does not belong to you. You're going to burn in the pits of hell if you take your life. And I ain't going to lie, that's one of them that I still kind of, but it's true though. But you're going to burn in the pits of hell and da-da-da-da and all this and all that. But unfortunately, some people can't take it, and they ultimately, do that. So, unfortunately, yes, black people, black and brown people, we do commit suicide. That's an unfortunate myth, and misconception, but it is so sadly true. Therapy is only for white people. Now, this is funny because, now I remember back in the day. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm 47, about to be 48 in a month. But I remember back in the day, you think laying on somebody's couch made you, like, crazy. Like, oh, they going on the couch. You need to go seek somebody. You need to da-da-da-da. I ain't going to marriage counseling. I don't need nobody to help me with my marriage. I don't need to go to grief counseling because I can handle this by myself. I'm good. Yeah. Well, therapy ain't just for white folks. We need therapy too. We need to sit down and talk to somebody who we don't talk to every day. We need a biased person. We need somebody who do not know us from a can of paint to talk to have a non-judgment attitude that will be able to give us the proper tools in order for us to be able to move forward with the mental difficulties that we are facing. So yeah, that myth can go out the window too, because black people do go to therapy. The only the one thing though that is bad for us is not a lot of us in mental health psychology and psychology and sociology. It's not a lot of us in there, so that's kind of an issue as well, because we like to talk to us. So, but hey, you never know. You may have to go to the other side and try them and see what happens. Okay, Sarah. Mental illness is a sign of personal weakness. Well, unfortunately, it's not. It just means that, you got to recognize when you need help. And those around you, they need to, if they don't know the signs, we'll talk about that too, what some of the signs are. Mental health is not a form of weakness. You don't know what somebody has went through in order for their brain to do the click, right? You don't know what they've been through. So mental health is by no means a form of personal weakness. Children don't experience mental health problems. Well, yeah, they do. Unfortunately, we got kids in CPS. We have kids in the foster care system. We have kids that are in homes that are being abused on a daily basis. You don't think those kids got mental health issues? You don't think the stuff that happens to them as children is going to affect them as an adult? Mental health issues. So don't never get it twisted and think that a child cannot have mental health issues. They suffer trauma too. It's unfortunate that children have these things happen to them, but they're people too. They're human too. And yes, they do suffer from mental health problems. Taking medication for mental illness is a sign of weakness. And let me tell you something. Praise the Lord for the medicine. Okay, praise the Lord for the medicine. Because if I didn't have my medicine, I'd be a little tick boom. Matter of fact, I am a little tick boom, and I have been going through some stuff because I don't have the main medicine that I need. But yeah, by no means is taking medicine a form of weakness? Because I feel like myself, when I take my medicine, I'm proud of God, I feel like Rhonda. I feel way better. My mind is not thinking on the negative. My mind is focused. I feel like me. But when I don't have my medicine, guess what? My mind goes into that hole. I start sinking. I start going down. I start going into that tunnel. I start going into that hole where it's dark. It's dark in that hole, and I don't like it in that hole, but that hole is dark. So when I don't have my medicine, it's dark. It's dark. I be ready. Clean off. I be ready. There's people that have seen it too, so. But no, medication is not for the weak. Medication is actually for the strong, baby, because let me tell you something. Without it, Jesus, I wouldn't be able to pray this away. Can't pray crazy away. Can't pray it away. Won't go. You can't just snap out of it. Yeah, you can't just snap out of this. This ain't something that you just, that's just like, okay, like, let's see. There is some things health-wise that you can't reverse, so I ain't even going to use that as an example, like diabetes or blood pressure, because all of those things are reversible. Unfortunately, the only way that you can reverse mental health is by healing. You have to heal from your trauma, but unfortunately, it's always going to stay with you because now it's a part of you. It's in what is the word? It's sketched in you and etched in you. That's what it's etched in you. So it's going to be a part of you. So, but unfortunately, you can't just snap out of it. It don't happen just like that. It don't. Maybe when you know somebody who don't want to get out their bed for days, they don't want to see the sun. How you supposed to snap out of that? Everything is black, it's dark. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to look at it. All they want to do is lay in the bed, watch TV, eat, sleep, and do whatever. But in the bed, they ain't coming outside. You can't snap out of that. It's not possible. I'm sorry. Seeking help for mental health issues harms your reputation. Well, I'll be damned. Sorry. I wouldn't give a damn if it harmed my reputation. Because let me tell you why. I would rather me get the help for my mental health issues versus me not. Because if I don't get the help, that's what's gonna hurt more. It's gonna hurt my reputation more if I don't get the help that I need versus me getting the help that I need. I tell people now I'm crazy. I don't care. Let me tell you something. They be like, why are you not crazy? Let me tell you something, okay? It's all right. I accept it. I've had things happen to me, and I'm a tick, boom. I am a ticking time bomb, okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And last but not least, it's just the blues. It'll pass. Well, I'm here to tell you it won't pass. I'm here to tell you it's gonna stay. I'm here to tell you that mental health is you. Some people don't want to accept the fact that they have mental health issues, and if they do have mental health issues, they don't want to say, oh, that's not me. I don't have those things. I'm not going to let that define me. I ain't say let it define you, but you have to come to the realization that you have something that's going on. God ain't put too much on us that we can't bear, right? He don't give us too much to handle. He knows what we can handle. Fortunately, on the outside looking in, it seems like it's a lot for other people. You're like, ooh, the Lord gave you all of that? Yeah, he did. Well, unfortunately, now you got to deal with it. But at the end of the day, mental health is not a myth. It's not a misconception. It's a real thing, and it's ongoing every day. And we deal with it black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. We all deal with it. Children, young and old, we all deal with it. You can't pray it away. Go get some help. Go take your medicine. Get some pills. Stay on your knees and pray to the Lord. That's fine. But also call the people that you need to talk to so you can get off the ledge. Because sometimes, God's angels, they're going to be with you. But when you do something that you ain't supposed to, I don't know. I can't speak on that. And I ain't going to say nothing about that. Because I've been there. So that's not my word to speak on. But anyway, I just want to come and let y'all know that myths and misconceptions that are in the black community the biggest reason on why we don't talk about mental health is the reason why that we don't move forward in pursuing the therapy and the help that we need. That's why the misconceptions. But I'm here to let y'all know we gonna break all of the stigmas. We gonna break the silence. We gonna talk about it. Okay? I'm using this platform to come on here and let's talk about it. This is a no judgment zone. We're here to help, heal, and be happy. Right? Also, I want y'all to go to my YouTube page because I now have a YouTube page. It is called the Happy. Oh, my bad. I forgot what it's called. It's called Hood Therapy Corner. That's the name of it. That's my page. The YouTube page is Hood Therapy Corner, where you can see the entire videos of me talking. And a lot of these is supposed to be like practice videos, but I do one and done, so that's why they seem a little long, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, come to my YouTube page, Hood Therapy Corner, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow when we go live on Facebook at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to talk to my girl Lala about grief, trauma, and mental health. And on that note, I will holler at y'all later.